Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
Good evening, everyone, to another JK Deal Reveal coming to you live from Ohio as usual. But tomorrow I am leaving Ohio, heading to Florida for some well-deserved R&R to celebrate my birthday and close out the month. It's been an amazing month, ton of victories, ton of celebrations, and tonight is no exception because we are bringing to you I don't even have enough fingers of how many deals that we are bringing to you today. We are bringing to you a success story from the community. We have Noemi and Kanouk with us this evening. We're going to show you how it is done in just a few months. How they were able to unlock their first deals, right? It wasn't one, it wasn't two, it wasn't three, mais bien 14, Willy Waller. No, but four properties, 19 units. And I don't want to spill too much of the beans, but they are here this evening to share with you their story, what happened, a little bit of the trials, maybe some of the tribulations, but the results, and ultimately where they are today and where they're looking to go next. So let's just make sure that Noemi and Kanouk, I do see you are there. Let's make sure you have access to open your camera and your microphone. You should have access. There you are, you two beautiful people. Nice to see you again. We had just had a call this morning, but I can't get enough of these two. So thank you for taking the time this evening and to share with us what is going on in your business. So let's get started. Tell us a little bit about who Noemi and Kanouk are, where they started, where they are, and where they're going. Let's start with that.
Yes, hi everyone. We're happy to be here tonight. So, yeah, I'm gonna talk about us. So I'm Noemi and Kanouk is my husband.
Hi.
So we are from Montreal, Canada, and we started to invest in real estate in 2017. We started as we bought a triplex and renovated it, optimized it, and then we sold it last year. And we were, because the market in Montreal was not really going very well with the interest rate, so we sold our building and we made a nice profit. So we decided, let's invest in bigger building here in Montreal, and we'll start looking at all the sixplex, eightplex, and everything. And actually, it wasn't going very well because the prices were so high and the interest rate were so high. So we decided to take a look at the US, and that's when I met Janie and Kyle, and I actually asked some question, but we were ready to buy. We were really hungry for it, and so we decided to go for it and to invest in a program. So yeah, I'm gonna let Kanouk explain a little bit more.
Yes. So yes, I'm Kanouk. So I'm the husband, like she said. And yeah, so basically it just didn't make sense in our market to invest. And the reason why we want to invest in real estate is because for us, it's our vehicle to bring us the financial freedom that we hear a lot. But we knew that was really the vehicle that was going to bring us to that. And that's why we really invest in real estate. We are passionate about real estate also, because you have to have a certain passion. There's a lot going around in real estate, but it's a really fun adventure. But yeah, so the Montreal market was not working. We basically could only afford, I mean, like a sixplex was almost a $500,000, and you had another almost $500,000 to put in to renovations. So basically that was the reason why we decided to go to the US. It was our market that we were already looking at. It's just, let's say, when we met Janny and Kyle, we saw their vision and we're like, well, that's what we want to do too. So we just took a plunge and decided to go all in that market.
And you have. Although tonight we're going to be talking about your first concrete success, the first closing where you are now the owners of these properties. There was a couple of not successes, right? So it's not always, all rainbows, but you said it. You got to be passionate, you got to be in it, you got to be committed. But if you stick to it, you learn the process, you go through it, well, this is the type of results we can get on the other side. So that's awesome. So that's where you're coming from. I'd like to maybe just do a quick poll, and people can write up in the Q&A or just react with the hands or loves or whatever. Who here has a similar story to Noemi and Kanouk, that you are investing in Canada or are trying to invest in Canada, but you're realizing that there are some difficulties, whether that be the financing limitations, the purchase price limitations, the lack of opportunities? How many of you are feeling that or in a similar situation to Noemi and Kanouk? Okay, yes, I do see the hands are going up and so forth. All right, so same here. Kevin is saying fantastic. By the way, little quick shout out to Kevin, another action taker from our community. Nice to have you here. So that's the context. That's where we're coming from. What just happened last week and where are we right now?
So last week was the culmination. How do you say that? Yeah, so that was the closing date. But a long way since we started our business in the US in April. We went to the bus store in May, and that's where it all began. But kind of explain a little bit.
That's okay. You're right on it. And yeah, so basically we closed beginning of September. So it's been 4 months ish, a little less, like a 3 months of negotiations, lots of negotiations on a whole different types of topics. It was very, very fun. Lots of up and down, but it was in the end it's worth it. I mean, we went through like mortgage takeover, seller financing, all the fine prints and contracts, all different types of contracts. So it was really a whole array of knowledge that we acquired through that deal, of course. Just before we go into details of the 19 unit, I just want to say one thing, because we were talking about knowledge. I think long-term success, you have to take action, but you definitely need knowledge that will bring you farther. So I just wanted to say, maybe we want to say a special thanks to Janie and Kyle for helping us also through this process, because if it wasn't for that, I mean, this particular deal especially would probably have been impossible. So I'll do a special thanks for that on that side. And
it wouldn't have been possible if you didn't stick through it, if you didn't make that commitment, if you didn't follow the process. Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. Well, 3 in this case, or 4 to tango. So it's not, I had a piece to play, you had a big piece to play as well. So it's together that we make those dreams happen. So
absolutely.
Awesome.
So yeah, so let's talk about the 19 unit. So yeah, like I said, it was a lot of negotiations. But what made, I would say, this deal really awesome, there's a few points. The seller financing part was very creative, because at the beginning there was already a negotiation that we're talking about almost like $1 million package deal at the beginning, if you look at it. So we were able to bring it down. And with the seller finance,
and let's maybe just put it in context, what are these 4 buildings? Just what are we even talking about?
Yeah.
Let's just make sure we get that one out of the way.
Right, true. So basically it's 19 units. So there's a duplex, a triplex, an 8plex with it's basically a 6 with 2 storefronts, and a 6plex, which is basically a 5 unit plus 1 storefront. So that's it's 4 buildings with 19 units in total. And
they're all in the same neighborhood. They're in North Collinwood. And it's they're all on the same corner for three of them, and the other one is one block away. So it's really, they're all near each other.
Yeah. So for management, that's awesome. And also, we believe it's going to be an upcoming neighborhood
Yeah,
in the future.
it's a nice neighborhood with like artists, and yeah, I like this neighborhood.
You like the
Waterloo Arts District. We love that one,
Yes.
don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Walking distance from the Waterloo Arts District, North Collingwood. You've heard me bring some properties to the deal reveal. It is a neighborhood that I have been looking at for the last 2 years, and I do think if you are looking at Cleveland, take a look at North Collingwood, what's happening right now. There's some pretty good opportunities there from a rental real estate perspective.
Yep. So basically, so those 4 buildings, we're buying under 800,000. It's even less than that, but so just that, I mean, that's something you don't find in Montreal. So just there, check. And but it was really a creative way of bringing it, and that's what made this deal happen. Because if you look at it, I mean, let's say you have the real cash down to get this deal, it's still, you know, multiple thousands of dollars, right? But with negotiations, we were able to understand the seller, where he was at, what he wanted. So there's a lot of back and forth on that. And in the end, what we were able to do is, at first it was $80,000. Like, I'm a blue. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm a very blue person. So for those that know personalities, so I like numbers. So hopefully I won't get too caught up in numbers. But it was roughly like $80,000 at first for the cash down. And we were able, negotiators, to bring it back to 57,000. We're talking about the cash down right now. Okay. Because the other portion I didn't say is we took a mortgage takeover. So we took the mortgage of the seller, meaning, well, we didn't have to find financing. We didn't have to pay for financing fees. So that's another big issue that was taken care of right off the bat. So the whole time, I would say until almost the end, our cash down was 57,000, right? So, which is awesome. I mean, even 8,000 is great. I mean, for 19 units, right?
Yep.
So we're down to 57.
Put it in perspective as well. If you were looking to buy an $800,000 asset that's worth $1 million, you'd still need to bring 30 to 40% down of that.
Yeah.
So 30% of 800,000 is 240 plus closing costs. Rounded off, you're about a 300,000 down payment right out the gate. That's the typical. If you were to look at this as anybody else, you know, with the normal lens of an investor, that's kind of what you would expect. And now you've positioned it to an 80,000, 50,000. So that's where we're at.
Yep, exactly. And I mean, there were a few hiccups, like in any real estate deal, but at the same time, I think this is a way that we learned that that's where the deals can be at. Let me bring you to why. Okay, it's just because in this case in particular, there was a certain lawsuit on the LLC. I'm going to talk about it just because, you know, it's like you said, it's not always rainbows in real estate.
By the way, our company is called Rainbow Real Estate Partners.
So with you, it always is rainbows.
It always is rainbows, yeah.
Very cute. I like that.
Yeah. Got to stay positive.
Uh-huh.
So that was a big point in the negotiations, is understanding what the lawsuit was, why it was there. But, you know, through that process, we were able to get an understanding with the buyer. I mean, and I would say, like, I think some people would have probably like backed down off of this deal right after knowing this, but we decided to dig a little deeper and understand what the issues were really. I mean, we talked to lawyers and all that, blah, blah, blah. But through that, we were able to negotiate also a protection for both sides. So basically in this deal, if there is an outcome, which will not happen, but if there is, he will pay for 50% of whatever outcome comes. And on our side, well, I mean, just because he doesn't want us to like not pay anything and leave, because he's in this deal too. He has like his portion of seller financing. Yeah. So it's like a win-win situation in that. So
once the seller is escrowing some funds from his proceeds in advance,
and I was going to get to that actually, because that's part of the closing actually. What makes the closing so awesome, because 57,000 was really great. But actually at closing, when we close at the beginning of September, the real amount that we have to pay. So listen to this, okay? So with 57,000, right, for the cash out, but there is like roughly a $10,000 ish for tenants that deposited in the bank or in escrow. Plus we had his escrow in case there's a lawsuit, and plus, so that means in reality we had like 37,000 to pay in cash down. So that was a $20,000 less to pay. So, but
Wait, there's more.
there's more. Since we're really active, we've been looking, you know, for investors. We've been looking for people to partner with us. Of course, we don't want to do this. I mean, we want to grow big. We didn't make a company, and it's not just for us to hold. We want to, you know, share the wealth, and also at the same time grow a lot quicker, because if we're more, it's a lot easier to grow, right? So during this week, we've been, you know, looking again. We've been looking for the past weeks, but this week there's a private lender that is going to lend us also some money. So all this in hand, our real cash down from pocket is going to be like $10,000. So $10,000 to have 4 buildings, 19 units. So that's our first deal in the US market.
How many first deals like that do you want?
Oh man,
That's many.
as many as possible.
Isn't that awesome? Are we buying at a discount? Like really quick, we've got about $1 million of real estate. So we're gonna go through our golden rules like we normally do on the deal reveal, right? But $1 million of real estate being purchased for, what's the purchase price after everything is said and done?
757.
757, all right?
Yep.
Plus, behind all this, what you don't know is there's a big value add optimization behind all this, because some tenants are not paying, everyone's below market rent, you put in some work, you go back to market rent, you get some subsidized Section 8 and blah, 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 blah. You can increase the value of this portfolio to what? What would be the lift or the ARV of this?
I would say between 1 and 2. Like, let's say if we're more on the low ball 1, but I would say it would be between 1.1 and 1.2-ish.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And cash flow, once you're done, what kind of cash flow are we going to kick off this after the refinance, after the final financing and everything?
I would say it's going to be between 60, 70 net.
Dollars a month, right? Like
No,
in
not a
Canada,
month.
right? $60 or $70 a month buying a
sorry, no,
monthly unit, right?
I forgot 1,000. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
A year.
$70,000 a year. Okay,
Net
after all
income.
expenses, taxes, insurance, management,
Yeah.
maintenance, mortgage, utilities, and your shit buffer budget.
Yeah.
Sounds like a retirement to me for $10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure does.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
4 months to negotiate this thing, right?
Yep.
Right.
So
Yeah. Of course, there is renovations. I mean, there is renovations to put in. It's just except of putting it in the cash down, we can put our money into renovations. So, and optimize and make the deal happen.
yeah, and then there's just another conversation with another investor if they want to come in and
Yep.
bring in $100,000 for a percentage or for a portion of the deal. Well, you're having conversations like that on a daily basis, right?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations once again. So
Yes.
pretty amazing. Noemi and Kanouk. Is there anything else you wanted to share regarding the 19 before we transition over into like what's next? Like, okay, now you did that. Now what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now we're still working, right? We're still looking for more deals, and we have another deal closing in about a week. So it's 8 units in Cleveland. So if you want to know more, if you want to meet and have a chat about it, don't hesitate. Just I'm gonna show my screen so you can contact us. It's So you can like set an appointment with me with the QR code, or you can see the email down there. You can write an email to us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll talk about it. US investing.
Yes.
So thank you. This is our company, Rainbow Real Estate Partners, and we're investing in Cleveland, Ohio. And that's what we do mainly. And we do everything from the acquisition to management. So
Yeah, we do it all. I forgot to put the list of all the things we have to do because sometimes I forget how much we have to do. But I mean, yeah, that's why it's we give peace of mind and basically bring good deals on the table. So we're open for business. So anybody that's interested, like I said, like Noemi said, there's another 8 unit on the table. So don't hesitate. We're closing in 6 days. So if you're ready, it's now. So, yeah.
I love it.
so
Don't you-
much.
No, thank you, and congratulations again. I like how so casually, oh yeah, and by the way, we got an 8-plex closing in 6 days, whatever, if you want to call me, call me. If you don't, we'll just buy it. Like, from how much time did you put in Canada, and how many units? Okay, how long have you been investing in Canada for? You said since 2017, right? And
Yeah.
you sold it last year, 2023. So 6
Yeah.
years. 6 years in Canada. How many units do you did you transact in those 6 years?
3.
Well, it's just
One
just
building,
that. Yep.
one triplex, one building. And how much cash flow is your Canadian efforts creating for you right now?
It was creating before selling,
Mhm.
12,000 a year, I think.
Roughly a little
Of
less
cash
than
flow.
that. Yeah, a little
Yeah.
less than that.
But
But it was
yeah, because we bought it in 2017 and created a new
new apartment.
and increased the rents. and
Basically,
everything.
we just found what everybody is looking for, but nobody finds. We kind of found that needle in the haystack, and we didn't know it at the time. So we thought real estate was supposed to be that way, and we didn't find any of that anymore in Canada. So that's why we've decided to find a market that reflects what we're looking for. So, yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's like going back in time 20 years, right? In
Yeah.
Cleveland, maybe even more than 20 sometimes, depending on the deal and the area. But that's amazing. But ultimately, I was leading the question into you basically have to sell it to make a profit.
Right.
That makes a big difference in your lives, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Whereas, boom, in the States, for sometimes much less capital, can create a lot more cash flow. So that's pretty awesome. So that's great. And you have the 8-plex. And our second speaker for the evening actually didn't show up. I'm not seeing him here, so that's why we're taking a little bit more time on Noemi and Kanouk, and it's great. Well, but I will say that on top of Noemi and Kanouk's deal, next week we're probably going to show you 5 off-market deals that are available to you to purchase. It's all nice to look at what they did, and congratulations, we love you, and it's all nice. But what about me? They're thinking in that point, right? What about me? Well, there is an opportunity for you to be passive, right? To have a conversation with Noemi and Kanouk on that. And there is an opportunity for you to be active. If you want to do the whole finding and negotiating and closing and setting up your LLC, I think I saw a question come in like, what about LLC and all that? If you have any of those questions, the first step for you to do, just like Noemi and Kanouk did, but they did it, at the Pro to J level, working one-on-one with me, is to be part of the community. Join the All You Can Learn or the All You Can Learn Fast. All right. So those are just different levels of support. If you want to basically do it all yourself, or if you want support from me, the JK coaches, the JK community, the support calls, the accountability calls, or the whole ecosystem that we've created over the last 10 years for you to actually, for it to be within reach. Because if you're doing this all by yourself, well, expect to put in 10 years like Janie and I basically did to get to this point. Whereas Noemi and Kanouk, how many months investing in the US? Remind us all again.
Almost 5.
Yeah.
4 months.
Yeah, 4 months and something.
Right. And how long you been negotiating this deal?
4 months.
4 months.
Right. So basically, within a month, you had locked in, you had locked into the deal that we're talking about, and then it was just a metric shit ton of negotiations to get here. But it took you a month to basically find this type of deal. So how hard was it to find a deal like this? with the support and the community
The
and everything.
support was.
Oh, it was no, it wasn't not as nearly as hard as if we would have, like I said, if we would have went on our own with no knowledge, it would have been terrible. Honestly, it would have been because there's so many things that you don't think about, and if you don't have a
You don't know what you don't know.
mentor or knowledge at all, I mean, you're gonna get I won't say the word, but you can get
You get messed up real bad. Yeah, you could definitely.
So it was because of the bus tour. Kevin is asking me in the chat.
Yeah.
So we were VIPs at the bus tour in May, and on the first day, when we are VIPs, we can go see off-market properties with Kyle. So that's what we did, and he presented us that deal.
Yeah.
So this is how we got this.
Yeah. And Noemi chased him down until he gave it to us.
Good for you. Good for you. Because otherwise I would have bought it. So that's perfect. Yeah. So the bus tour. I'm glad you said that because we do have one more bus tour before the end of the year, October 19th and 20th. The 18th is going to be for the VIP. So we are doing the VIP experience like Noemi and Kanouk did. And thank you, JK team, who just posted it here if you're interested. So there's the regular admission, which is the Saturday, Sunday, and the VIP, which is the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday being with myself and Janie looking at off market, just a few select properties that we walk through together before the regular admission. So that's fantastic. What else did I want to say? Something just skipped my mind. It's already starting to get late. But again, will you be at the bus tour? I keep asking you this and I keep forgetting. Will you be at this bus tour? I don't think so. It's not working this time, right?
No, I don't think this time we're gonna make it again. But I'm sure we're gonna do the next one.
Yeah.
Beautiful. But so Noemi and Kanouk won't be here this time. However, two of our JK coaches are going to be there. The new preferred lender of the JK community is going to be there. Basically up to 90% leverage, 100% on your renovations in certain conditions for like your fix and flip acquisition loans. Very high leverage, never seen before. And we're also going to have Bob, who's the attorney who sets up all of these entities if you want, but come highly recommended. Every single entity we've created in the US has been created with this attorney, and we highly recommend him to you as well. And Noemi Kanouk, you dealt with Bob, right?
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah, simple, easy. So that's good. And however, if you absolutely say no, I need to meet Noemi and Kanouk in person, there is an opportunity for you that in November. All right. And remind me the date, Noemi and Kanouk. When are we putting that together?
It's on November 20th.
20th?
28th.
28 or 20th?
No, 20.
Okay.
20th. Yeah, it's a Wednesday in Laval, Les Trois Brasseurs.
It's a Wednesday, exactly.
Wednesday, exactly. It'll be in French, so that one's in French. So you'll get to meet Noemi and Kanouk, myself and Janie planning to be there, and we're gonna have a great time. And if you're English speaking or more in the Toronto area, Greater Toronto, we're having one on October 7th. All right, so that is actually before the bus tour. If you want to meet myself, Janie, we'll have Amanda and Trina, who are part of the JK team as well. If you want to meet us in person in Toronto, we are meeting there as well. So with that being said, and thank you, JK team. I love the JK team. Thank you so much. Posting, if you want to reach out to us, info@jkrealestatepartners.com. And if you want that Quebec meetup, the link is there. And I'm sure the Toronto meetup is going to pop up in just a few seconds. Thank you so much. So with that being said, I think that's what we got for you this evening. Deal or no deal? Deal or no deal? Do we like what we hear?
Yeah.
I think we don't have enough hands for the number of deals that we showed you this evening. So have a great one, everyone. Happy investing. Another opportunity was presented to you this evening to do now for tomorrow and for the lifestyle you deserve. And so with that being said, go get your miracles. For those of you who are part of the fast or proteges, I'm going to see you in half an hour. We're going to do our mastery call, and we're going to discuss a little hack on how to get perfect burrs at a 10% easier leverage than anybody else can offer that you're aware of. So we're going to talk about that. A little bit of teaser, but another motivation to get in the community because that's a more advanced topic. You need to understand the basics of the all you can learn before we can have that type of conversation. So have a great one. Thank you again, Noemi and Kanouk. And we'll
Pleasure.
see you
Thank
next door.
you.
Thank you.
Have a great one, everyone.